Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we are talking about second part of scanning and also we will discuss about enumeration. It is part of our scanning also. Okay, what techniques normally used for enumeration and other things? Before I jump into the enumeration, I would like to show some more scanning tools, how the people use and what extra scanning tools we will use. Okay, and the first thing I would like to tell that the scanning tools available for the uh, we did I just explained about red hack, some of the auto recon, and I we discussed a little bit about Nmap. Nmap is a huge tool until you use for tuned Nmap scanning. Okay, and also I will explain how to scan using metasploit. Just example, if you are using Kali, Backbox, Blackarc, whatever the operating system, most of the penetration distributions comes with the metasploit. So we are entering the MSF console. Okay, so it will load. MSF console has some database. Sometimes you must set it up if you want to save all your queries and other things. But I'm not Metasploit. I'm not running any database. I'm just running the console only. And once it's stored, we'll see here the Metasploit has so many 2014 exploits, 1007 auxiliary and post exploits, post payloads. Okay, and you have a good option in Metasploit is you can search Metasploit what packages we have and whatever we have, everything you can search. If I'm search port scan. Okay, so okay, sorry, search exploit, sorry, SARC search exploit. Okay, it is a search. I put the wrong spell there and port scan. Okay, so you can search in Metasploit old database, command sub database. So you see that before we in a scan we will discuss about ACK scan and TCP SYN scan, and also we discussed about EXMA scan, and this is about the SAP router port scanner. You have a lot of scanners you have. For this example purpose, we use SYN port scanner. Okay, what you have to do, use for. So the for module will start run. So we have options. Each command in Metasploit has some options. So you need to put some values to run that module, run that scanning, or you want to payload, or you want to run any exploits. Okay, we have options here. You can see that it's a batch size like that, and interface, which interface supposed to use, and which ports you want to scan, and which host you want to scan, or you can put also timeouts and everything. Okay, here I'm configuring the rhosts command. Rhost means you are putting the remote host. So set our, in our example we are using uh, we discussed in previous video is 192.168.0.69. Okay, I set that value and I'm running that now. Okay, run. So auxiliary failed to run error. The thing is I need to run this metasploit as a sudo. So I'm exiting now here, exit. So we are running now MSF console. Okay, once it's run, the thing is when we run the scan, it will. Okay, this is about permission and deny. Forget about that one. It always do that. Search port scan. Okay, use for and set our host 192.168.0.69. Okay, run. Okay, now it will scan my whatever in the previous example we use, and it will scan all the ports and services using Syn port scan Synapse. Okay, so is doing that is information it's giving you now is a TCP open port 21, port 22, and it will give you port. It will go by one port 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, that's another method we can scan using metasploit. And also, if you are in the company, if you are working in a security or infrastructure or networking team, you have best tools available at the moment. So Nessus is the best uh, tool. It will help you to scan each host in your company, and also you can fix whatever the issues you got. Uh, so it will give you the what services are outdated or any updates issue, any port issue, any other issues. Okay, it's a Nessus, Nessus. Okay, this is if you want to do yourself, or if you want to test, and if you want to train yourself, you can scan 50 IPs if you register with the Tenable. So you can free download and you can do that. SNS essential only. Just give first name, last name, and email address. Okay, that's it. So that's the only thing you need to do, and you can download the package, install, and you can configure here everything here. Because it is not a big problem. The only thing is you need to install the agent on your hosts. So that's the only thing you need to do. Okay, that host will report into the cloud. So you will once you logged in, you will get the portal here. Then you can monitor your host from the cloud portal. So that's another way you can find any vulnerabilities on your systems, any vulnerability on your setup over the network or whatever the host side. Okay, that's another method of the scanning. And also there is a lot of tools available at the moment in our Black Arc for your scanning about your vulnerable scanning, auto scanning. There's a lot of tools also available. These are just Nmap, nikto, Nmap, and other things. Okay, this is Nmap. We will discuss about Nmap deeply after we finishing these 5 pages of ethical hacking. Okay, and we also discussed about how to exploit, how would we find the exploits on the hosts and web servers. Okay, this is only brief about some of the other methods of scanning. Okay, next we will talk about enumeration now. What techniques people will use for enumerations? Enumeration is gathering information for step by step about for ethical hacking. And I hope you guys learn how to make notes. I shown that how to make this documentation and charity. Okay, not only charity, I'm not suggesting this is just open source. There is a lot of open source tools also, like I explained the Zoplin, and there is another tools also available. And also if you are using Microsoft Windows, you can use OneNote. It's free to every operating system, I think. Okay, and you have to make notes, and if you want to put the anything on next to these ones, you can uh, put to-do box also, formatting to-do box, insert to-do box, everything you can do that. If you want to finish that vulnerable file, then tick that. You can save everything, but you must save, otherwise it won't save automatically, not like OneNote. Okay, that's it. Now I am going to explain enumeration. Most of the enumeration techniques are extracting user IDs using email address. Most of the companies in this world, they use user ID and email address nearly same. If I am explaining that, if email address is john.week@email.com, and user ID must be most of them John, JW John Wick or initials, or John.Wick, but never use both of them in the same way. If there anybody, most of the public email address is available publicly, so they will separate that email address and they will brute force attack using user IDs on the Active Directory. Okay, that's another method they will use techniques. That's not method, just technique. And extract information using default passwords on websites. I will explain that default website means most of the WordPress sites, they use admin. That is a default name or default login information of the WordPress. Even in our scanned machine, we use the scanned machine. That is also uh, they put that we discussed about that is a PS Tech, yes. So that is also has admin. Okay, we will discuss about, but I already did this one, so that's why I know that it is a default. But I will explain how to scan the WordPress and the WordPress website. This is just a simple command you need to use. Uh, Here is a command if you want. WP scan. That is the tool is available on Blackhawk. I hope it is available on Kali also. It's available. I think I did that once. WP scan, and you just put URL and HTTP 192.168.0.69, and then put just you. I think that's it. It will scan. Sorry, invalid action minus. Sorry, I did that minus u. This is enumeration. Enumeration, and you have to put e. So, sorry, I put something. I forgot this command. I will explain that. Um, the other thing is, uh, sorry, we forgot. We lost. Okay, here it is. Website brute force. One is default password. Most of the Cisco, even Cisco routers, has their default username and passwords like root. Sorry, not root is a Cisco, and some of the access points also admin. Otherwise, Wi-Fi admin. There's so much devices on internet, so many devices, so many. They have used the default username and passwords admin like that, and root. So that's another method they will use technique. And another thing is brute force attack and active directory. I explained that they extract the user IDs from the email address and they will attack that user ID and extract usernames using SNMP also. This is the one of the simple scan. Some of the companies they want to disable that SNMP scans on port 161 on edge networks. So that will cause so much issues. And extract user groups and members from Windows distribution groups. So if it's any email distribution group, they will send that mail to the distribution group. But most of the people will, some people will, when they gone on holiday or maybe then they went on meetings, and they will put auto replies. So they will gather all the user information that when they receive that one, it will reply them with a "So, okay, I'm on meeting" or something with the user IDs and everything. So that is very dangerous thing to send messages to outside. And extract users and computer names using DNS zone transfer. We will discuss this one next one. Okay, next. What is actually, these are techniques, okay? And I will explain why the this work go this how this goes. Okay. I hope nobody using NetBIOS in these times, but still some companies not upgraded their domain from 2003 to 2012 or something 2016. They still maybe using NetBIOS. Maybe some applications still not in. That is a very dangerous. So you can escalate user privilege easily on Windows. Okay, and SNMP enumeration. What they will, there is a lots of tools available like SNMP walk, SNMP check, I will show you here. Is Snmpwalk. This is available. This many tools were available here. So Snmpwalk, this you can put log pods and everything, return options and everything. You just do that, it will work. I think most of people use SNMP passphrase. Once you enter that, it will scan all your devices and it will found it. Okay, this is the one of the tool automatic automation tools available on GitHub and all penetration distribution. So you can verify, you can scan your devices and you will check that how to do. I will discuss about countermeasures when I'm doing that. Okay. Next, Ldap enumeration. Ldap enumerations are most of the people will configure NTLM. NTLM is good in certain way, but it is also bad in it will catch easily user escalations and thing. So you don't configure everybody with basic authentication for NTLM. So that is a very big issues. Okay, and LDAP traffic, most of the people LDAP traffic, they just send the LDAP traffic using normal port 389, that they don't use SSL encrypted ports. So that's another thing. So LDAP is also is a little bit, but most every company they use. And SMTP enumeration, and SMTP enumerations are how they do that. They will send the email into the company without known recipient. They don't know the recipient. They just send the mail to your company. I explained in previous video how to fish mail, send in the phishing mails like that. So they will do that, and they will get the reply, automatic reply from the server. So when they got that reply, they will found some people found the your exchange server information, SRV records, and which ports is doing that, and auto discoveries. So that is very dangerous. So they will do that enumeration, SMTP enumeration that way. And DNS enumeration is transfer the zones. They transfer the zone. They're corresponding. They just update the computer names and records. They transfer zones to the different ones, and they will hijack your traffic also. The most of them they use multi or DNS recon. They try to scan the DNS records and everything. Okay, so what are the countermeasures we will use to do this, defend these ones? Okay, remove or disable SNMP agents and hosts and restrict access to only specific IP addresses. Okay, SNMP these days, there's a lot of agents are running on devices like, but most of them using SNMP. And also, please use SNMP version 3. That is the latest, not latest one. It was there from long time, but people still use some of them SNMP version 2 CR1. Okay, so use that. And block port 161 at all perimeter network access. I explained in previously. And also implement the Drupal security option called additional restrictions for anonymous connection. I seen the some of the anonymous connection. Why I'm talking about that? In Windows web servers or some of them, they will configure the anonymous accept the anonymous connections. But if you are running any service on Windows or web servers or any other servers, you must run that service using uh, service account, not anonymous. Sometimes people do that. They will put it, just leave it, install the IIS website, and then they leave it to run the service as a default. So that is not good practice. And another thing is access to null session pipes, null session shares, IPsec filterings. Those also must be restricted. Those sometimes they just put there and leave it for default settings. That is not good practice. So go through your proper settings and restrict to the uh, trusted source. Okay, and use NTLM or basic authentication to limit access to known users only. Not if somebody needs to that authentication you need. Otherwise, you can use some secure connection, other thing. And also, user ID is different from email address. I explained that if you are using somewhere your email address john.week, so maybe you can use your user ID is different. You can use JW or JW1, or maybe use as a department IDs like that. Okay. And another thing is use SSL technology to encrypt the LDAP traffic. I seen this many companies, they do just use 389. I explained that the main thing in main places they use, when they are communicating with third party appliances or maybe third party services, they use the like that. They don't, okay, it's in our perimeter, so we just configure it, LDAP is so do effect. But once one device is compromised, they will enter into your network, they will scan everything. So that is not a good practice, and they will capture all the passwords also from that zombie device. So that is not good practice. Okay. Configure SMTP server to ignore email messages to unknown recipients. If any unknown recipient send the message to your message mail server, so just divert into drop divert into bin, or divert, just drop it. Don't return the any information to the unknown unknown uh, senders. Okay. Don't include information like mail relay system. I explained that one. So once you don't send those information, internal IP addresses or host names, so what they will do when they're getting these IP addresses, they will try to map your network. So they will try to map everything what is happening in your, how is your company is architect company network is architected, and they will draw the map. So what is doing, you giving the information to the outsiders, and you narrowing the attack place. So you narrowing down to where to attack directly, so that is not good option. Okay. Another thing is disable zone transfer by untrusted hosts. So I explained the DNS enumeration. So, and also use premium registration services. Some people they just buy the domain and they just ignore that. Okay, it's working fine. Redirecting working fine. Now use some of the premium services. They will protect your DNS things, redirects and zone transfers. Okay, this is only we are going these videos only about 5 steps, but we will go after these 5 pages of the ethical hacking. Then we will go step by step how we going to exploit. So I will go by demos, everything. Okay, please subscribe for updates on this series, and also please uh, put comments below if you have any suggestions, any ideas, if you want to develop more on this one. Thank you very much for your watching for this video. Bye bye.